Hi, it's Julie. Welcome to my channel. I am Scrap and Happy. I have something fun to show you. Look at this. There's 4 of them. And don't worry, I'm not going to make you look at all of it. I'm just going to do sort of a quick, we'll say, sort of a quick flip through. This is from a kit, probably not available anymore, at least not on the Etsy shop, but from Nevermore Creations several months ago, like maybe even in the spring. I fell in love with it. I got 4 of them. One's for my mom and each of her sisters. And it is a scrapbook journal of the 10 years of tea parties my daughter and I did for my mom and her sisters. When my daughter was born, the first one we had, she was like 4 months old, and we did it through age 10, and then we stopped, and this Christmas is the 20-year anniversary of the first one, so we're doing another one, like a reunion tea party. And so I put together these books that house the first 10 years. So the kit came with the chipboard, the fabric, 4 choices of ladies to go on the front, pages and pages, pages of words to choose from, the digital kit, of course, and ephemera, and just many things. So I love this tassel. You can see it. But I went and got, I went kind of crazy, and I got little teacup and saucer. And then each of them, they're very similar, but each of them is just tweaked a little bit to be more directed to the person. So my mother is more pearled. I got some fancy on one of my aunts. She's the prissy one that has always been, you know, when I was a little girl, I used to play in her house shoes, or her slippers, because they had little kitten heels on them. And, oh my gosh, I'm having such wonderful memories. Anyway, I learned a few things from Artie Mays on how to ink this piece with the different colors, and I learned a lot of things from a lot of people that went into this book. So let me get started, and sorry for the babbling. This piece of sheet, like an old sheet, was supposed to go on the spine, and I forgot until I was finished. So I just made it into a little bitty pocket, or covered a bag. Anyway, so here's the ladies. And the very first Christmas we did it, my grandmother was still with us, so this is beyond precious to me. So like I said, I won't make you look at everything, but I want to show you a couple things. This fairy door was a download from I'm a Cool Mom, and I added a lock and some doorknobs, but look at this. Look at that baby. That's my daughter. She's a senior in college now. Ugh, cute cheeks. And then here's the key. It's just really hard to, it's so big, hard to get all of it in here for you. Here's the key to the lock. And it's got tons of pockets, tons of altar paper clips. It's got pictures of the table. Each year was a theme and a different setup. And each year, you know, Ella was the star. And then each of them has a picked out, very special for each person, something that I thought went with her and her attitude. And it's a teeny weeny Tim Holtz paper clip. The kit also came with coordinating scrapbook paper. Of course, then I added, you know, millions. It had tons. I want to say 1 or 2 pages of these that you could cut out, and tons of those, and then the little words, so I could customize it to each person. And of course, there's a Tim Holtz little girl, and she's just sitting there on the fireplace next to my daughter. So, did them in order, of course, and each section has the menu and the year and the theme laid out, and you know, pictures of them, and just butterflies are a thing with my family. It was my grandmother's icon, I guess, and so we didn't really think too much about it until she was gone. A boho bead I made myself. A little butterfly paper clip. Look at her. Look at her. You can almost see the horns. And each year, from this year on, she would perform. She would sing a song for them. And it was just precious. One year she sang, well, here she's singing Jingle Bells. And you can't see it, but around her wrists and ankles, we strung jingle bells. And so when it came to the jingle bell part, she would shake her little, oh my gosh, it was so cute. Oh, so cute. You know, she won't do things I tell her to do now, but that's all right. That's all right. I guess I missed, but anyway, one of the early years, she came out all wrapped up in, you know, when you were kids, you dressed up in curtains and shears and stuff like that, so she was covered. Her head was wrapped around and it covered her body, and she had a little doll baby in a baby bottle, and she went and sat on the fireplace and she sang Happy Birthday to Jesus. So she was married that year. That was so sweet. Made me cry. So this middle, it's got 3 signatures. The middle one is just black and whites, but pictures with little stories, little prompts. And then the back pages are empty. So if they want to write a story, if this reminds them of something and they want to write a journal, something, then they have plenty of room to do it. But of course they don't have to. And then I love these. This was a napkin. This year, okay, this year was, I don't even know what you call it. Anyway, I sent them these t-shirts. I don't know if you can see them. There's a teapot and flowers, and it says t-shirt, T-E-A, shirt. So we mailed them the t-shirts, and then my daughter and I, she was like 6 or 7 this year, we picked up hats and we painted them, and we bought the flowers we thought would be, she picked out everything, and we decorated the hats and gave them fingerless gloves when they got there, and their a bracelet that had a ribbon tied around it, a pearl bracelet. So we gave them the rest of their tea party ensemble when they got there. They're adorable. Here's my mom and my Aunt Betty. And then I made a little fan. You can't see Ella's flower, but it's a purple feather. You know, she doesn't conform. And see, here's the gloves with a ribbon and a pearl bracelet. You can see the t-shirt here. It just was so sweet. It just was so sweet. It was a hard decision to make to stop doing these tea parties, and this year was, I don't remember the name of it, but let's see, Mexican Fiesta. Here's the menu. And I got these crazy ladies a piñata. And filled it full of lady things. You know, little, I don't know. It just was fun. I have a fabulous family. And the object of this whole thing, what started was I wanted my daughter to have special time with these women. Because anytime it was a holiday, all their grandkids were around, which was great because she played with her cousins. But I wanted her to know these ladies who raised me. And it was a success. She has a special bond with each of them. And that was my goal all along. Look at this gorgeous teacup. So this year was my favorite things, and my aunt was clever enough, and she wrapped her gifts to us in brown paper packages. So I thought that was kind of brilliant. Way, way long ago. This was the table. Isn't it pretty and a great idea? My cousin came up with this. It's a gorgeous glass vase full of cranberries and water. And then the roses were gorgeous. They had the cranberry edging, or red edging, I guess. I just thought that was so pretty. And then this also came in the kit. It was some stitching pattern for embroidery, and then this little piece of fabric to embroider on. So I dug out from when I was 12 years old, dug my memory and did just some simple stitching, and each of them has a little piece of work that the lady was working on, and she laid it down and walked off. So the needles are in there, and then here's a little thing of thread. I just thought, I mean, Lindsay just thought of everything. I just thought it was so cool. And I did some of these. I did a couple of them in the car on a road trip. So some of them actually might have blood where I stabbed myself. Not sure, but now this right here, it's been too long, is for a picture that we're going to take at this coming up tea party. And we're going to put in a current picture of us all. Have my neighbor on tap to come over and take the picture. And then in the back, there's one of those little, I'm not going to take it out because it took forever to get it in, but it's a stick pin, but it's got a ring where you could stick a picture in it. And then in here, we've got a bunch of washi tape, a little tag, some clips, bulb pins, a little clothespin, piece of fabric. So when they add, hopefully, when they add stuff to it, they'll have, you know, some tools to use. All right, this is it, and each of them, I'm going to wrap them up, and each of them gets that, and then a couple other things on tap, and I am just so excited. So, I know this was long. I apologize, and if you're still here, thank you. And I appreciate your time, and Merry Christmas to y'all.